everyone, my name is Yulia Vichart and I'm a family lawyer. I work in the law company of the lawyer Alexey Nikolaevich Skryabin. Our company specializes in providing legal services in the field of marriage dissolution and recovery of alimony. Our lawyers provide support in court proceedings throughout Ukraine. In this video, I will tell you what documents you need for filing divorce through a court in Ukraine, how to draw up documents properly for a divorce in Ukraine. Divorce documents are prepared in the presence of minor children. How an application is drawn up, the main documents in a divorce. What is an application for consideration divorce cases without participation and presence, and what documents are needed for a divorce through the court, except for a marriage certificate. Watch this video till the end in order to learn a lot of interesting information about divorce documents in Ukraine. Be sure that subscribing to my channel you always receive up-to-date information in the field of family law. Contacts for contacting me and for asking about paid consultation are under this video. Documents for divorce through the Court of Ukraine. In accordance with the norms of the Code of Civil Procedure of Ukraine, if a divorce is formalized in a claim proceeding, then the plaintiff should attach to the statement of the claim copies of it, documents attached to it and their copies, in accordance with the number of defendants and third parties. It should be noted that in order to file a statement of claim for divorce, the following documents should be attached: copy of the passport of the plaintiff and the defendant, if available, a copy of the tax identification number of the plaintiff and the defendant, if available, a copy of the marriage certificate which should be dissolved, a copy of the birth certificate of the children, if the spouses have common children, receipt of payment of the court fee. What documents do you need for a divorce in Ukraine? All attachments to the statement of the claim are divided into two groups: procedural documents and proofs or evidences. In its turn, the procedural documents which need to be added to the plaintiff are also divided into two subgroups: procedural documents, statements on procedural issues. Compared to the version of the Code of Civil Procedure of Ukraine, the current version requires a larger number of attachments to the statement of claim, and it writes out more thoroughly the rules for their presentation. Among procedural documents that the plaintiff must add, there should be copies of the statement of a claim. Documents for divorce with minor children. In the case when the divorce is the subject for registration by the court authorities, if the spouses have minor children, the spouses should provide documents, namely, copies of passports, original of marriage certificate, receipt of payment of the court fee. Among procedural documents that the plaintiff must add, there should be copies of the statement of the claim. If the original marriage document is lost, the marriage record isn't found, or it's drawn up on the temporarily occupied territory, the divorce is preceded by the restoration of the marriage record by the competent registry office. Statement is the main document in case of divorce. A statement of claim for divorce is filed to the court in writing and signed by the plaintiff or his or her representative, or by another person who is authorized by law to apply to the court in the interest of another person. The statement of claim for divorce should contain name of the court of first instance to which the statement is submitted, given name, surname, first name, and patronymic for individuals of the parties and other participants of the case, place of residence or stay for individuals, postal code, as well as the registration number of the taxpayer's registration card for individuals, if any, or number, a series of passports for individuals, citizens of Ukraine, if such information is known to the plaintiff, the numbers of means of communication, official email addresses which are known. The cost of the claim, if the claim is subject to monetary evaluation, a reasonable calculation of any amounts recovered or disputed. The cost of the claim is the monetary value of the claim. The cost of the claim should be indicated by the plaintiff in the statement of claim. By indicating the cost of the claim, the plaintiff should explain and justify it in the court. As a rule, the cost of the claim is indicated in Ukrainian hryvnias, but it is possible to indicate it in foreign currency, for example, if the claim is filed by a non-resident of Ukraine. Correct determination of the cost of the claim is a grant not only for the proper payment of the amount of the court fee, but also the effective protection of the rights and interests of the plaintiff. Statement for consideration of the divorce case without participation and presence. Evidence-based activity of participants in a divorce plays a key role in civil proceedings. Grounding of stated requirements in the case of divorce or refuting them is ensured by a set of rights of the participants regarding the evidentiary activity in the case. Thus, participants of the divorce case have the right to present evidence, participate in court hearings, participate in the examination of evidences. Civil procedural law also gives to participants of a divorce case a set of rights that enable them to play an active role in the process. In particular, this is the right to submit applications and motions, submit explanations to the court, present your arguments, considerations on issues arising in the process of trial, objections to the statements, motions, arguments, and considerations of the persons, etc. Considering documents on divorce by the court in the manner of simplified proceeding, the participants of the case set out in writing their requirements, objections, arguments, explanations, and reasoning regarding the subject of the dispute, exclusively in statements on the merits. Thus, the plaintiff and the defendant have the right to draw up a motion to consider the case without the participation and presence of the plaintiff or the defendant. The case is considered in the absence of one or both parties to the case in the presence of a lawyer as a representative of one party. What documents do you need for a divorce through a court besides a marriage certificate? For divorce through the court with children by common consent of the spouses, it is necessary to refer to the provisions of Family Code of Ukraine, and this article provides for the possibility of spouses with children to dissolve the marriage in this manner, subject to the following conditions for the availability of documents: filing a common statement, providing of passports, submission of certificates of marriage and birth of children, the existence between the spouses of mutual consent to divorce, as well as mutual certainty and consistency on such issues, which of the parents the children will live with, what kind of participation in ensuring the conditions of their life will be the one who will live separately, as well as on the conditions for exercising the right to personal education of children. Statement, as well as a statement for divorce or written agreement on which of the parents the children will live with. What kind of participation in ensuring the conditions of their life will be that on the parents who will live separately, as well as on the conditions for exercising their rights to personal upbringing of children. Consulting a professional divorce lawyer is a guarantee of your success. Contact the lawyers of our company in any way convenient for you. Call or write to messengers. We will help you resolve all issues quickly and efficiently. If you need an advice or paid services of a lawyer, then contact us by the contacts listed under this video. If you have any questions, please write them into the comments to this video and I will definitely answer you. If this video was useful for you and you learned something new about how to get divorced quickly in Ukraine and about divorce documents, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, share with friends, press the bell not to miss new videos. See you in new videos.